some CT urograms, and this one's kind of different. It was in the setting of hematuria for a 28-year-old. Just so Artie knows, she's away again. It's going to happen again. She's going to come back and say, "You've got all your identifiers on the screen. They're aliases. Calm down." Anyway, hematuria. There was nothing in the upper tracts. It was actually starting to see something here. Starting to see something here. We've all seen cases like this before. This one's a little bit different because this is a key image or two right there. And then if you follow that, you end up in the bladder. So any thoughts?
Endometriosis?
It's a good thought. Not what it is.
I think it's a urachal infection that's fistulized the small bowel.
Well, that if you look at this
Or urachal.
bowel here, it's actually sigmoid colon. So it's sigmoid colon, the communication with that structure, which is, as you identified correct, urachal, and then it goes down and actually on an earlier study, which I'm not showing you today in full, there was actually gas in the bladder that's now gone away. So this was ultimately resected, and pardon me? It was diverticulitis that got into a urachal remnant, basically. The urachus, as you know, is the obliterated, or urachal remnants are basically, when it obliterates, it forms the median umbilical ligament. It's hard to know if that was the median umbilical ligament or there was some patent space in there that the diverticular disease fistulized to. Even as a median umbilical ligament, it could have a potential space down the center of it that could be filling with the inflammatory exudate from the diverticulitis. In any case, it leads down to the bladder wall. The patient was counseled that we might be looking at neoplasm. There was a concern that this could be a malignancy. Those are adenocarcinomas, and they're very rare. We felt like since the patient presented with something like diverticulitis, that we thought that was probably the primary process. Treated with antibiotics, ultimately resected with a robotic partial cystectomy and removal of the urachus. There was no cancer in there. It was just inflammatory. By the time it went to pathology, it was like old inflammatory change because it was mostly solved with antibiotics. And that's the only case I have, but it's kind of interesting. Never saw one before. Maybe I can find the sagittal image here, which I didn't look at before. I don't know if we have a sagittal. Maybe sagittal, coronal. It's all coronals. The coronal is not exciting, I don't think. That's not bad. Here you can sort of see the and there's the communication between the bowel is not all falling in one plane here, so it's a little bit harder to spot that. Anyway, so in case somebody says, I've never seen that before, maybe you've seen that before now. And that's the only case I pulled, so that's all I have. And now I got to get rid of sharing. Stop sharing.